What's up, nail crew? Let's talk basic dipping. It's been a while since I did a basic dipping video, and I thought this would be great for all my new nail friends who are here and want to know the basics of how to dip from start to finish. The very first thing that you do is you remove your invisible cuticle with a glass cuticle pusher or an e-file. I personally use both, just whatever happens to be handy at that time. Then you want to dehydrate your nails. That's really important because this way you don't have anything that's stuck to your nails, any leftover dust or anything that would get in the way of making the dip stick to your nails. Now I have builder gel under my nails and peel base, so yours will not be shiny like this if you are dipping straight on your natural nails. And you can see the little stripe of color. This is called Forever from OG Dip Powder, and that little stripe that I did first of color, that is to build an apex. So whenever you have nails that are a little bit longer really past your skin, I think it's great to build an apex. It just helps that they don't break, especially as they grow longer, and if you want to keep them on for more than like a week or two. So you do your very first dip and it's just about halfway up your nails, and it's not covering sidewall to sidewall either. It's just basically this little strip that helps build your apex. Then what I like to do is on my second dip, I go close to the cuticle but not all the way back. I would say it's about 3/4 of the way back. And depending on how many dips you like to do, I typically find that 4 to 5 are the best number of dips to keep your dip nails really strong and to avoid cracking and chipping. The first key to getting your dip powder to apply really nice and evenly is to do very thin layers of liquid. You do not want your liquid to be thick and bulky when you apply it. So I always pour over my dip powders. This really helps with an even application too. When I first started dipping my nails, I was dipping my nails like straight into the powder, and I could not get my nails to look nice and even. And then I saw a YouTube video where someone poured over the powder and I was like, oh my gosh, flashlight or light bulb moment. This is why my nails kept looking super bumpy, because I was just like shoving my fingers into the dip powder. That does not work for me, especially if you're not somebody who's like super delicate. And like I've said on tons of my tutorials, I am not delicate. So every time that you do a dip, you want to make sure you go around your cuticle area with some kind of pointy nail tool, an orange wood stick, or a toothpick like you just saw me do. And you're on your second dip, you want it to be about 3/4 of the way back. Then your third dip should be all the way back to your nail. And if you'd like to do a fourth dip, you want to do that again at your cuticles. And then I top everything with clear. I found over the past couple years of dipping that I tend to be an aggressive buffer, and I don't know if all of you are, but I just do things a little bit rougher. So for me, doing clear over every single color just really helps the color stay protected. And let's say I accidentally like buff or file too much off after I've activated, then I've only gone through my clear layer and haven't messed with any of the color. So you'll see me, I always make sure I push back my cuticles when I'm doing the clear layer. And I pour it over, and then I'll gently lay my finger onto the clear just to like make sure it really got in there well. And then once it's dried, I take a stiff nail brush and brush it off. And I do that with every layer once they've dried. You just take that stiff nail brush and brush off any excess. Then you'll take your activator and really get it all up into all the little grooves of your nails. I didn't show that part because it's just basically applying it all over your nails. Some companies call it like step 2 or step 3. You want something that the activator basically just acts to harden your nails. So then you'll buff and shape and file them, figure out any like spots that your shaping got off when you were applying the dip, because dip does make your nails a little bit bulkier. Then you can wipe them off with isopropyl alcohol on a lint-free wipe or a paper towel if you don't have any lint-free wipes. And then you can go through and top coat, which is what I'm doing. And you want to follow the top coating instructions that come with your liquids. Every liquid has top coating instructions that are a little bit different. The ones that I'm using are from OG Dip Powder, and you go through and you do activator on all 5 nails. Then you immediately go in with your first layer of top coat in quick strokes, maybe 2 to 3 strokes, and you do not have to wipe off in between your two top layers of top coat. So then on your second layer, you'll go back and you'll float that over, definitely more detailed. And you always want to cap your edges when you're applying dip powder. This really, really helps your nails stay nice and strong and prevents chipping and lifting. Check out this next video on how to dip short nails. Thanks for joining me today, nail crew.